Hey everybody, what is going on? Pete Simonetti here for NYY News. You guys already know, right? Like, share, subscribe. It's what I always ask you guys to do. So please go ahead and take the time to do that. I'll give us some time because I am starting a little bit early, but I wanted to give everybody a time to go ahead and join. And then we'll talk about today's big game. This is the biggest game of the year. This is it, guys. This is the biggest game of the year. We'll do a couple of breakdowns of a couple of different things. We'll talk about mainly, obviously, today's game and maybe some keys to the game on what the New York Yankees have to do. But very excited to have this chat this afternoon. As we are about 45 minutes away from game time. So guys, go ahead and share this out if you don't mind. Do that for me. I'm gonna give everybody some time to join. I'm gonna pull up some information that I need also for the game tonight, and then we will go from there. All right, let's see. What am I looking for? Pull this one up here. All right, awesome. That's what I needed right there. Perfect. Okay. And guys, I'll definitely get to your questions in the chat as we go. So again, please just go ahead and share everything out. Let me see. Let me share this one more time. Let me just retweet this if you guys don't mind. Share this to my group also. Cool, perfect. Okay. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? So welcome everybody that is in here right now. A lot of the regulars in here. I love seeing it. So what's going on, everybody? Johnny says Gary will homer tonight. Well, Johnny, we will see, my friend. We will see what happens for our wonderful New York Yankees. I'm excited about today's game, man. I really am. This is not, I don't want to say scary times, right? But the Yankees got a lot to play for. So let's go, guys. It is 6:15. I am going to go ahead and jump right into it. Let's jump right in. Why wait anymore? It's 6:15. I said I was going to start around there. Talk a little about the game, and then we will discuss everything else. So before we jump into the pitching, let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup for the New York Yankees today. And voila! DJ LeMahieu playing third base. Anthony Rizzo at first base. Aaron Judge in right field. Giancarlo Stanton in left field. Gleyber Torres at second base. Gary Sanchez DHing tonight. Brett Gardner in center field. Giovanni Urshela is the shortstop. And catching again is Kyle Higashioka. It does look like Higashioka is now going to be Kluber's catcher also. So that is your starting lineup today. As you can see, Gary Sanchez is in there. Joey Gallo is not. Joey Gallo's recovering, but there's no concern that he will be out any remainder of time. They might take it day by day, but it looks like he's going to be good to go moving forward for the last, remaining 4 games we have. Obviously not today, but we'll see. But I do like that Boone is putting Gary in there also as a right-handed hitter, just because we already know who the man on the mound is tonight. The man on the mound tonight for the Toronto Blue Jays. And matter of fact, again, before we jump in, be as professional as possible, let's go ahead and look at Toronto's lineup. George Springer in center field. Marcus Semien at second base. Vlad Guerrero Jr., the first baseman, my MVP vote. Bo Bichette, who has eaten the New York Yankees alive, playing shortstop, batting cleanup. Teoscar Hernandez batting fifth, playing left field. Corey Dickerson DHing today. Alejandro Kirk, Captain Kirk, batting seventh. Santiago Espinal, third baseman, batting eighth. And Randall Grichuk playing right field, batting ninth. On the mound for the New York Yankees is Corey Kluber. Corey Kluber on the year, 5-3, 3.82 ERA. You guys already know I mentioned a lot about Corey Kluber and the starts he's had against Toronto. This is gonna be a ball game. It's gonna come down to the Yankee offense, if you ask me, and we'll go from there. And then also for the Toronto Blue Jays, I believe, will now be, after Garrett Cole's horrendous start, your likely Cy Young Award winner, Robbie Ray. 13-6, 2.68 ERA, 244 strikeouts on the year for Robbie Ray. So you're looking at a guy who could potentially, 6 strikeouts away from 250 on the season. You think he'll get that today, likely, as he's just a strikeout guy. The greatest. By the way, folks, when you talk about strikeout pitchers, MLB history, the best strikeout to 9 ratio of all time is Robbie Ray. Believe it or not, I was stunned when I learned that. I was like, wow, I knew he struck out a lot of guys, but, wow. We'll see. There's a lot of righties in this Yankee lineup. We'll see how Robbie Ray does against them. I mean, that is definitely something to look at. I really believe that's something to look at tonight. But for me, guys, it comes down to this one simple thing. It comes down to one simple thing for me. The New York Yankees offense needs to score runs. That's all there is to it. This game is absolutely huge for the Yankees. The Yankees need to go out there. They need to put some runs on the board. I understand they got a hard task in front of them, guys, but this is what baseball is all about, right? This is what playoff baseball is all about. And believe it or not, guys, this is playoff baseball. This is it. This right now is playoff baseball. So, you got a crowded wild card spot. It's insane. A couple of days ago, we were all sitting here saying the Yankees are going to make it. They're in it. We don't got to worry about nothing. Now we're like, with a loss today, it's kind of scary right now. So let me tell you guys, I'll read it out loud here. The top 4 teams, Oakland is out. We know the top 4 teams are that's trying to get in here. The New York Yankees are the number 1 seed right now for the wild card. They are 90-68. They're 1 game above the Boston Red Sox, who are 89-69. So right now, the wild card game will be at Yankee Stadium against the Red Sox. Unfortunately, the season does not end today. The New York Yankees still got 4 games, probably the toughest out of all the teams that are fighting for the wild card spot. The Yankees got to defeat Toronto today, and then they play 3 at Yankee Stadium versus the Tampa Rays. On its way looking in is the Seattle Mariners at 89-70, so they're a half game back. And Toronto, 88-70, 1 game back when it comes to getting into that wild card spot. So it's very, very close, very, very tight. If the Yankees ever were to lose today and the other 3 teams win, holy cow. The last 3 games against the Rays are going to be really wild. And on top of that, guys, the Rays are not going to make it easy for us at all. You know that. If Kevin Cash knows he has a chance to knock out the Yankees, they're going to gun for it. They're going to gun for it. And I know it's home, which definitely favors us with the crowd and whatnot, if they're not chanting dumbass chants and actually worried about the game, which they should be doing. A lot could be going on. Guys. So we'll see what happens. But definitely an interesting game last night. I'll tell you what about last night's game that really got me. And then if you guys got some questions, I'll throw it in the side there and we'll get to them. But the Yankees battled yesterday. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and beat up on the Yankees at all about yesterday. Yes, they had a chance to win that game. They didn't do it. I don't blame Clay Holmes at all. I know people talked about maybe Loaisiga for another inning. It's his first game back, and I know a lot of this shit goes out the window because it's either put up or shut up. I mean, I made a video about that. Now you put up or shut up. You don't care about these off days. You don't care about rest days. None of that shit could happen right now. You just got to go out there and play baseball no matter what. You got to gun for it, and that is it. And looking at yesterday's game, I don't really have a fault on anybody too much. Yeah, there was a bad play in the outfield. We know all that, but the Yankees battled back, and I give them credit for that because they haven't done that all year. They haven't done that all year long when this team actually battled, and they battled yesterday. The big hit by Kyle Higashioka to tie the game. I mean, they came back. You know what I mean? And honestly, throughout the season, the Yankees haven't done that. So to see that yesterday was definitely nice. Now, What does it mean for today? Nothing. They got a tough task. You know what I mean? They got a tough task. They face Robbie Ray today. And I know, let me take a look at something here real quick while I got you guys here. Then I'll get to, like I said, I'll get the questions, I'll get to everything else. But let me see. I know I went over this in my previous video, but I want to look at it one more time today. Let's look at Robbie Ray's games this year against the Yankees. And here's the thing, guys, because I know a lot of people are all up in arms, but, oh, well, the Yankees beat them up this year. They did that, if I remember well, in April and May are the only times they faced them. Let me confirm that. Yes. So he has 2 starts against the Yankees, his first start of the year, and then his, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th. And then his 9th start of the year. So Robbie Ray has faced the Yankees 2 times in the regular season this year in 2021, and it was his first and his 9th start. The first start of the year, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts. So not a great performance. The Yankees did have a homer off him, and Robbie Ray does give up home runs. And then his 9th start of the year was his second time he faced the Yankees this year. 4 2/3 innings, 4 earned runs, 2 home runs given up. So 2 games against the Yankees, not that good at all. So, you know, if you want to think that favors the Yankees because of that, go ahead and run with that. I don't know if I could do that. I know this team pretty well. You know what I mean? I know Robbie Ray fairly well. So let's see. Let's now go ahead and look at Corey Kluber this year against the Blue Jays. Let's see. Where are runs? Runs are to the end on this, a different website. 3 innings, 2 earned runs. He got the loss in that game. And against the Blue Jays 2 more times. He faced the Blue Jays 3 times. 4 innings, 3 earned runs, and then 4 innings, 2 earned runs. I'll be the first one to come out here and say 4 earned runs today will not be good enough. 4 innings, excuse me. 4 innings would not be good enough. Corey Kluber needs to give the Yankees at least 5. And the Yankees offense needs to be on a roll. The Yankees offense needs to be locked and loaded today and to really have a shot at this game. I believe that. The offense is going to have to really try to carry this team over the top in this one. You guys know I hate using that term, over the top. But when talking about a victory, it's going to have to come from the Yankees offense today, in my humble opinion. You don't know. We might get surprised, and we might see Robbie Ray get shelled by this club. So you never know what could happen. We could potentially see Robbie Ray get shelled today. You don't know. Kluber could be great. He could have one of his better games of the year. But that's baseball, right? We don't know how this stuff could work. We'll see what happens. The Yankees do make a move today. They have put Luke Voit, and this is something to talk about. Luke Voit goes on the injured list today, and Albert Abreu is called up. But the crazy thing right now for Luke Voit is his last at bat may have been that strikeout. You guys heard my video I put out the other day talking about how Brian Cashman is disappointed in Luke Voit. Now, however that disappointment was meant to be used, I don't know, but I know what I heard, and I know the person I got it from very well. So, you know, most people are already saying, I know I wrote if with a big IF, that if he comes back next year, you know, that is going to be his last at bat with the Yankees. And, you know, if it is, I don't know how to sum up his tenure. I think, you know, he led the league in homers last year in a shortened season. He was arguably one of the Yankees' best players last year. Was really terrific. Always been a vocal guy, a vocal presence. A guy that obviously shows frustration, wants to play. You know, so, well, I guess we'll keep that where it is. I'm a fan of Luke Voit. You know, I don't think Luke Voit fits the Yankees, so I do think it should be the end for him when it comes to this ball club. I don't think he really fits them anymore, unfortunately, or fortunately. Again, however you see that. I just think there's other options out there for the New York Yankees right now, and he's not one of them. So, unfortunately, or again, fortunately, however you want to see that, his time is kicking. His time is up. His time is up. Guys, Jared, I'll tell you, and I'll get to your questions now, whatever else you guys have been saying there. I say 5 innings because I think that's the best case scenario. I am not too confident in Corey Kluber versus this lineup. I'm not too confident. But again, been wrong before. So let's see what you guys are saying in the comment section. Kluber going to definitely get rocked tonight from Edwin. Johnny says they need to be aggressive. I agree. Robbie Ray is a better control pitcher now than he's ever been. Edwin also says a bad matchup. I agree. Matthew says Ray has had a few games where his first inning has not been good, gets him early. I agree 100%. You do not want Robbie Ray to get into any type of groove at all. Nate, my good friend Nate. What's up, Pete? It's been a while. How you doing? Nate, I am doing terrific, my friend. Thank you so much for being in here. It's nice to see you in here again, Nate. It's been a while. Jim says Robbie Ray's for dinner tonight. Let's see. Joey, tonight's prediction. Kluber, 4 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks. That will not be good. Joe, Fam is in the building. Fam is in the building. How's everyone doing tonight, guys? Say hello to Joe. Joe's going to be going live one of these next 3 games over on the Twitch side of things. So when he does that, I'll make sure all of you know to go watch Joe live. Johnny says Voit is gone. I agree. Jim is disappointed in Brian Cashman. Bobby says he thinks he is faking. He thinks Luke Voit is faking. Joey says if you can't stay healthy, nothing else matters. I agree with that. Siciliano NYY says Voit is trash. Hasn't been the same. Voit is worthless. Oh, wow. You guys are really going in on Voit. Let's see. Then Johnny says then bring in Herman after that. When Kluber's on, he can mow down anybody. Jim, I agree 100%. I do. If he could always have one of those games that just shock you. When he's on, he's very, very good. He's very, very good. Yankees need to hit Ray early. I definitely agree with that. If, the Yankees get shut out the first 2 or 3 innings and Robbie Ray's in one of his grooves, it could be a very long night, fam. It could be a very, very long night. I mean, it could be a really long night against a guy like Robbie Ray. He's not one of the guys where you want your back against the wall and you got to try to scratch out some runs. If Robbie Ray's on, we know what this guy can do. We know what this guy can do. Let me take a look. Let's see how Ray has been over his last couple of games here. Robert Ray. Good old Robbie. Let's see. I need to go to the... There it goes. So Robbie Ray over his last 7... Well, let's do his last 15. His last 15 games, he's 7-2 with a 2 ERA, 94 innings, 125 strikeouts. His last 7, a 2.32 ERAs, 4-1, 42 and 2/3 innings, 66 strikeouts. So again, guys, we know what we're up against. We're arguably up against a Cy Young Award winner today. So Yankees got to bring it, guys. You could tell in my voice I'm not too confident, but I'm a Yankee fan till death. And I'll root them on no matter what. Joe says it all comes down to Kluber having command. If he has it, I see him shutting this lineup down with his all-speed stuff. I expect Ray to be solid, but Yanks will def knock in some runs against them. So that is from Joe. Siciliano says, I say six the most, and offensive be aggressive. 6 the most. And the offense to be aggressive. Judge needs to step up. Voit swings at everything. Voit is Mike Moustakas. Wow. Larry says, Pete, the wife got you reporting out of your car again. How you doing? No, I'm definitely not in my car, fam. Does it look like I'm in a car? Anybody? Larry, fam, I don't know, fam. I promise you I'm not in a car. I'm not low. I got a big old mic up in here. I don't know, man. Nah, the wife didn't kick me out. She didn't kick me out yet. And nobody interrupts the sauce. You guys know that. Nobody interrupts me, all right? Nobody interrupts me. If only LeMahieu had the season we thought he would have. Yeah, LeVar, I think that's a good point. I think DJ LeMahieu, had a down year, no doubt about it. Injuries or not, it doesn't matter. There's no excuses there. He's had a rough year. There's no denying that. There's no denying that. There's no denying that at all. He's in a Jeep. Off-road, baby. Let's see here. So, I mean, with the lineup you're looking at, you got let's see. You got lefty, you got righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty. obviously makes sense with Ray on the mound. Let me see if I can. Let's look at the matchup here. Let's get some of this for you guys here. Here's the matchups right now. So let's go over this real quickly for the New York Yankees. Brett Gardner has not faced Robbie Ray. Kyle Higashioka has homered off of Robbie Ray. 2 at-bats. He's batting .500. Aaron Judge has homered off of Robbie Ray in 4 at-bats. He's batting .250. DJ LeMahieu has 26 at-bats against Robbie Ray, hitting .269, no homers. Anthony Rizzo has 13 at-bats against Robbie Ray, no homers, batting .154. Gary Sanchez has a homer off of Robbie Ray in 4 at-bats, hitting .250. Stanton is batting .111, 9 at-bats against Robbie Ray. Gleyber Torres is 0 for 5 against Robbie Ray. Giovanni Urshela has 5 at-bats and is hitting .400 off of Ray. So that is your starting lineup against Robbie Ray. Now you switch around and look at the Toronto's lineup against Corey Kluber. Bo Bichette, you might want to close your ears, guys. Bo Bichette hitting .429 against Kluber with 1 home run. Corey Dickerson, .364 against Kluber. Randall Grichuk is 0 for 4. Vlad Jr. has 4 at-bats against Kluber, 1 home run hitting .750. Lourdes Gurriel hitting .200 with 5 at-bats. Teoscar Hernandez 0 for 3. Kirk, 2 at-bats, 1 for 2 with a home run. Marcus Semien has 16 at-bats with 1 home run against Corey Kluber. So you see what they do against them. It obviously, again, favors Toronto a little bit. They hit Kluber pretty well, but again, Kluber is on. We know what he could do. Ruben, welcome, my friend. Lauren says, I feel Pete's wife is scarier than is a secret Boston fan. No way. No, Lawrence. Not at all. We wouldn't be together. I could never be with a Red Sox fan. Ever. No way. Could never be with a Red Sox fan. Unfortunately, she's not a big baseball fan. Oh, it is what it is. I hope next year to get his pitching situation because it's getting ridiculous, says Siciliano. Edwin says Boone is clueless. We already know all that. Johnny says, key thing Yankees did in the 7-game winning streak was work the count on the opposing pitcher. Hey, that's what it's always been, man. You know, that's what it's always been. That's what the Yankees were known for. You know what I mean? They kind of went away from that approach. But it is what it is. I mean, they gotta, you know, they got to get it. They gotta get it right. They gotta be able to just win. They gotta win this game. Joey says prediction for Ray tonight: 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, and he gets the W. Well, that would definitely be the worst case scenario. It could be the worst. Either any win on the J side is the worst case scenario. You just can't win. You just can't lose. You can't lose. If you're the Yankees, I don't give a crap how you go ahead and pull this win out. You got to find this W. It is a must that you find this W. However the hell you do it, you got to find this W. Daniel says, who do you trust more managing these last 4? Boone or the Turtle? The Turtle. You know, it's funny, guys. I forgot I even said that before the Turtle was even heard of. If you guys saw that tweet by Big Blue in the Bronx, I said on one of the live chats, a Turtle could manage the team better than the Yankees. And then they go out there and get a Turtle. That's like the new team mascot. I didn't even remember saying that. So, damn. I don't even remember saying that. Seriously, I have no idea talking about a Turtle, but I did say it. Would you rather probably overpay for Ray or Gossman, or take a flyer on Syndergaard in the offseason? I would pay for Ray. And maybe I'm a little biased because, you know, I know the Yankees have been interested in him in the past, and, you know, I had many people tell me he's the Yankees, he's one of the worst pitchers on the team or in baseball, and why would the Yankees want him, and blah, blah, blah. Pete, you don't know what you're talking about. And actually, yeah, I take a little pat in the back with Robbie Ray potentially winning the Cy Young this year. I do. I be honest with you. I take a little pride in that because, you know, by speaking to the people I speak to, they all said the same thing. They all said that Robbie Ray, if he got his command a little under control, you're looking at one of the elite pitchers in baseball. And that's what he's turned into this year. And I don't think this is a fluke. You know, he also pitches in a really pitcher's ballpark. You know what I mean? Toronto, and then even when you look at when they were in Buffalo, I mean, these are legitimate bandboxes. And he's had this season. He's had this season. So, at the end of the day, I would definitely pay for Robbie Ray. I would pay for Robbie Ray. And that's just not even bias. I mean, if you could put two of the best strikeout pitchers of all time in a rotation together, you do it. You do it. You do it, guys. I mean, we'll have a lot to talk about when it comes to the offseason. Me and Francis, our podcast is not going to slow down. We're still going to have the podcast going. Maybe not as much baseball talk, but we'll make it obviously entertaining and still have baseball talk to discuss. But my offseason is going to be a little different this year. It's going to look a little different this year. We got so much we can trade that you got to use that as your mindset moving forward. You know what I mean? You got to use that as your mindset moving forward. If somebody were to come to me and go, "Hey, Pete, if we needed to get a shortstop or we add Robbie Ray, one of the two, which one are you doing?" 10 out of 10 times, after countless thought, after sleeping on it, I'm saying Robbie Ray. Because pitching is the most important. We have a lot of good young hitters coming up. We also have a good lineup. You just need some pieces. I don't think you need to go out there and spend hundreds of millions of dollars on a shortstop. I don't think you do. I think you can make trades. We got so much to deal. A lot to deal. We got a lot of players you could go out there and maybe make a decent trade for a guy or two. You also got good shortstops available that are cheaper. Jose Iglesias, Andrelton Simmons, who you could use as a stopgap until Peraza's ready. Because per my understanding, Volpe could be a second baseman or a third baseman more than they believe he could be a shortstop. That's coming from Brian Cashman. So, we'll see. But for me, I say Robbie Ray every time. I mean, you could get two guys in your rotation that strike out potentially 500 batters combined with both of them as a 1-2. You could drop Sevy to a number 3. Monty? I mean, that's a filthy rotation. That's a filthy rotation. And I don't want to hear the excuse that, we feel we got a good 1-2 now because Sevy's here. No. We haven't seen Sevy as a starter since how many years? He looks good at the pen, but he's always looked good at the pen. He's always looked good at the pen. So with a guy like Severino, I don't want him to be the number 2. I want the Yankees to go get somebody else, and we hope and cross our fingers that Severino's good. I don't want to play that game. And we got Nestor Cortez. The Yankees got starters galore. They could do a lot of different things of what they could do to really build this. I mean, again, yeah, a Cole Ray 1-2 punch is stupid, guys. It's stupid. And if you could do that, you go out there and do it. You go out there and do it. So, for me, I understand that there is other guys out there. Understand there's shortstops out there. Understand, people are talking about Seager and Story and this one and that one. I get it. I understand it. I understand why you would want them. I really do. I just think there's a lot that this offense could offer if they put the right guys in play. Give Estevan Florial a shot. Give Estevan Florial that shot. I know we're probably going to see Aaron Hicks back, but give him that shot. But anyway, guys, we're going to talk a lot about the offseason. We got the whole offseason ahead of us. Let's look to get into the postseason first. Let me get some of your guys' questions. Michael Allen says, there's some symbolism between Heaney and the turtle. They're both used to getting shelled. I see what you did there, Michael. I see you, Mike. I see what you did there, Michael. Okay. All right. All right. Give Michael a round of applause, everybody. Come on. And I read it so nicely also. I Hate Clown says, the thing is, pitching hasn't been the problem this year. The Yankees are the top in the AL and ERA. I agree with you, but you can never have enough. You can never have enough. And see, that's the stats like that become an issue. Because now you're under this belief, we'll do the same thing next year. That's the problem. Now we will fall into this belief that we can do that next year. And we can't fall into that trap. We can't fall into that trap. Pitching is pitching. Pitching's always going to be there. You need pitching. And raise that guy to me. Raise that guy to me. We can work on that offense with trades. Robbie Ray's a lock. If your Cashman is from Joe, my sleeper this offseason is Matt Olson. You let the guys in the minors take over short for Glaber. Could be very potential. A lot of potential could be behind that one. If you upgrade the infield, I'd rather get Jose Ramirez instead of signing a shortstop. And Daniel, again, too. We got so much to trade. You could trade for guys. That's what people are like maybe a little confused about. Luke Voigt, you're going to have to deal. Luke Voigt is still not coming off of some horrendous season, even this year. There's still potential there. There's a lot of guys you can move. Glaber potentially is moved, which I don't think he will be. But again, you got Luis Gil, you got Medina, you got Peraza, you got Volpe. I'm not saying move any of these guys, but you got a lot to trade. You got Urshela could be moved. Who knows what that infield setup is going to look like? You got Andujar, Frazier. The list goes on of guys you could trade, and they don't got to be superstars you got to go out there and get. You can make the right pieces. You can make Clark Schmidt could be dealt. City of Swift, my friend, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that, man. Thank you for the super chat. We greatly appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Johnny says Yankees need Robbie Ray. I agree with you. Pete, the Yankees should trade one of Volpe or Peraza to get another ace. We'll see. I mean, maybe. But when there's aces available, like a guy like Robbie Ray, Yankees aren't going to be beaten out. The Yankees shouldn't be beaten out for a guy like Robbie Ray when it comes to all of this. When it comes to money, toss it out there. Look, I say the Yankees re-sign Judge, re-sign Rizzo, and look to sign Ray. To me, that's a hell of an offseason. That would be a huge offseason if you ask me. And then you make some deals. Maybe you move some salary. Move some salary if you could. Our bullpen, I mean, again, there's another spot where we got arms galore. Another Domingo Germán could end up being a regular relief pitcher. Loizaga, we know. King, we know. Abreu is out there. I mean, we got a lot in that system. Yeah, Volpe is not being traded. I mean, I heard those words also directly, so Volpe's not going anywhere. Peraza and Schmidt for Jose Ramirez. We'll talk about that eventually. Get Hicks off this team. Johnny, I agree, but I truly believe Aaron Hicks will be the starting center fielder. Danny, you're probably right. Volpe is top of the top. Volpe has come into elite territory. He's not going anywhere. Joe says Yankees lose tonight. The season's over. A lot of people feel that way, Joe. I would like to see Ramirez as our first bat. Maybe mean signing or first guy we trade for. But we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight, guys. Ruben says, I feel like the Yankees should move Austin Wells to first base. Let him really become a good fielder there where it's more likely. I actually have some insight on that, Ruben. If you guys remember my interview with Eli Fishman, I actually asked him if he heard the same thing. If he ever spoke to any scout that talked about that move. The scout flat out said, the Yankees drafted him as a catcher, and they really want to ride that out until they feel that's not an option. And he's still not necessarily young for that position because he should be well more advanced than he is right now as a defensive catcher. So they'll let him play it again next year, maybe even when he gets to AAA. And then if there's a need to move him to first base and they feel that it's just not going to work out, maybe even next year if they feel it's not going to work out, they'll give him that position to go somewhere else. But he's definitely a major league type hitter. The guy could really hit the ball, no doubt about it. It's gonna be up to defense for him. Is Sevy the closer next year? No. Sevy's going to get every single chance in the world to start because that's where he is most valuable to the Yankees is if he's starting. Yeah, they need Severino as a starter. I don't think you want to really push him to be like a number 2. That's why I think if you get Robbie Ray, it's so good for him. It will be so good for him to really kind of level his own expectations that maybe he puts on himself or that the fan base is going to put on him. Because if you could go, I don't know, let's just say the hell of it. It's Cole, Ray, Sevy, Monty, Tyone. If that's the rotation, that's terrific. Then you got Luis Gil in AAA. Luis Medina, who's going to be right there. Clark Schmidt right there. And I'm assuming you can then have Nestor Cortez as your spot starter long reliever. I mean, that's terrific. I do think in the offseason, too, you should also really look to move Aroldis Chapman. Thankfully, he's pitched better as of late, so that definitely helps his trade value. 1 year left. It's a lot of money. If the Yankees can get out of that, even if you almost dump him. I know fans, people aren't too excited about stuff like that, but it is a business, and the Yankees, are going to look to save money. We know that. We know this isn't the same club, the small club. This is a different type of New York Yankee team. Maybe you look to do something like that to save yourself some money. But guys, we're going to start wrapping this up here because we got a ball game in just a few minutes. Guys, look, tonight is the night, all right? The New York Yankees need to come out and prove that they are the powerhouse. Aaron Boone can't get in the way. I give him credit. Think he's been managing a little better as of late. But the New York Yankees need to get to Robbie Ray. They need to get to Robbie Ray quickly. I don't know about you guys, but I am very, very pumped up to watch this ball game. Not going live for the game tonight. Thinking about it. Got some things I gotta focus on and work on for a little bit. But especially with what we have coming up in January, guys. I mean, you guys are gonna be in for a treat, I must say. But big game tonight for the Yankees. Again, keys for me: get the lead early. Whatever you can do, try to get the Robbie Ray early. Get that pitch count up. Do not let this guy get on a roll. Corey Kluber needs command. Command, command, command. If his command is on today, he could put in a good performance. But folks, this is the biggest game of the season, in my opinion. I know the Boston series had a couple of big games, but I think this is it. This is a major, major game. The Yankees lose today. You got to be very, very worried about what the Rays could do to him for 3 games, knowing they got a shot to get out the New York Yankees, who you could still argue are the best teams in these final 4 remaining. You could, even if the Yankees didn't make it, you could still make an argument they're a better team than all these clubs. So the Rays will love to look to knock the New York Yankees out if they can, before they even have a shot to even maybe get to the wild card, just to knock them out in general. But guys, that's all I got today. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Remember, if you have not subscribed to the page, go ahead and subscribe. We are looking to get to 5,000. We're about 210 subscribers away, so we need to get to that. Guys, if you know anybody out there who likes New York Yankee baseball, make sure they know about Team NYY News. All of us. Like I said, January, we got some major, major changes happening. Something that, again, I can't announce yet, but I cannot wait to do it because it's going to be so much fun. You guys are going to be amped up for what we have coming for you guys. But again, subscribe. That is the big thing I'm pushing right now. We really want to get to that 5,000 number. So again, share this with your friends. Let them know to subscribe. Put notifications on. And if you guys have not done that, double check and make sure you have. Guys, again, for Pete Simonetti and NYY News. Oh, I always say that wrong. For NYY News, I am Pete Simonetti. Talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace out. Thank you, guys.